What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us anywhere and everywhere at My Cowboys Family, and hop in the Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below.
Yes. Brand new week here, guys.
Yes, some brand new champions to crown, and of course, some brand new things to talk about when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys.
Of course, we got a couple. We didn't do it last night because there was really not much news, and the main news from yesterday and today are basically, very slight, a very small amount of news. But we still have a couple of things to discuss, and you see, it's all kind of on this picture here. Even though today will be a little bit quicker, it almost was a Cowboys quickie tonight. So, before we shout everybody out in the house, let's talk about the people representing the boards on a new week here at My Cowboys Family.
That's right. Some familiar names and faces.
Yes.
Have to show the love, much love, to the sponsor of the week and the membership gifting king, Jason Renfro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to him, of course. Not the only one representing around these parts, of course. We have McLovin as your Cash App king, and Cab52 still bossing that stream around with 6 points.
He's hanging on.
He's holding on to it.
Cab is hanging on with 6 points in the stream boss. Like you said, the man Jason Renfro is the sponsor of the week. He edged out McLovin by just a couple. But McLovin, one of the few times, I think in the last 2 months, that we've had a different sponsor of the week and a different Cash App king. It's always been connected. So Jason Renfro broke that streak there. McLovin came in second on the overall, but first on the Cash App. So he reps it there. And of course, Jason going, you said he's the membership gifting king once again, the champion there as well. That's 4 weeks in a row.
That's right.
Domination from Jason Renfro. Appreciate him. Although this week there's nobody, obviously a brand new week, nobody that gifted any membership so far this week. Of course, this is literally minutes 1 of the week. So we'll see how that turns out at the end of the week on Sunday. And we do have some leaders to discuss. And when you look at the Cash App this week, it is McLovin. He is back in the lead after last night's After Dark drops. Cheer. So much love to McLovin. He is looking for a back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys. McLovin, not your Dolphins. But he is currently in the lead there and also the overall leader on the board, trying to get that sponsor of the week back. So we'll see what happens with all of that. I do want to shout out people that have dropped some love yesterday and or pre-stream. So let's go with the After Dark sessions and as well as the MCF sessions here, My Cowboys Family session. Amazing Games in the membership, Lincoln Kane in the membership, JD from DC in the membership, and Bootzilla all back in the membership. Much love to you guys. And then Skeptical Fan with a thanks drop. Yes, much love to him on one of our videos. And also 2 drops from Skeptical Fan pre-streaming it.
Cracking me up because the first one said Ravens versus Cowboys 41-10 and the Cowboys get destroyed. But then, of course, you had to follow that up with a little bit more facts, right? Saying 27-20. Cowboys versus Texans final score. So thank you so much, Skeptical Fan, for the back-to-back $2 hollers there. And again, hopefully that Ravens score does not end up coming true. And I think we can beat the Texans a little harder than that.
Yeah, I think we can demolish them. Although they are up and coming. Still not good enough, in my opinion. Anyways, appreciate Skeptical with the pre-stream drops, a thanks drop. Everybody in the memberships. And, of course, the After Dark crew. Gloria, Marissa Sparkle, Jason Renfro in the After Dark sessions. Daniel Berry, Dave Brown, Sco971, McLovin, Multi Super Keckle, I don't know his name. And then John Simon. Oh yeah, that was a membership, by the way, for John Simon. That was on the end of the night of the week on Sunday. So we counting them this week. Appreciate all you guys for your drops over the last night and a half or so. And hey, good luck to all this week. Now we had our raffle. Mm-hmm. I have another raffle coming down here this Sunday. You can see at the bottom right of the screen.
Yeah, thank you again to Lunatic making it happen.
Yes, but let's also tell people how they can get into this thing in the sense of, hey, dropping the love. You can go super chat. Like those drops are counting towards raffle entries for Skeptical Fan. Super chats, there's a thanks button that's also going towards it. You have the membership, any membership stuff, it goes, if you guys jump in the membership, that also goes towards the raffle, and gifting memberships also goes into the raffle. But there's 4 other ways that you can get on the board in the raffle, and especially on that Cash App board, trying to fight McLovin out for that top spot. Yeah. How are those 4 ways, baby?
Well, of course, you have the Cash App money sign MyCowboysFamily, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, the Streamlabs link lets your comment show up on screen just like the Super Chat does.
And like I said, we just had a raffle, the Star and Over Everything level membership, so appreciate you guys. The big winner, Mr. 808 in the house, appreciate him. Again, we always do the nightly shout-outs for those in the membership. So, and listen, they got Navy Blue and you get the Silver crew too, which on Fridays get the shout-outs. But the Over Everything level and the Star level, top shelf, always get the nightly shout-outs. Baby, who are they?
Thank you very much, Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, Lincoln Kane, Dwayne Broussard, Marissa Sparkle, Choctaw Montana 808, and The Lunatic.
Ooh, who is making this fantastic raffle happen? Not this one. This raffle happening this Sunday in remembrance of the draft. In the sense of, guys, this week we have rookie mini camp. Pretty sure it's like this maybe Wednesday, Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be, I think actually tomorrow it starts, if I'm not wrong. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, May 8th, 9th, and 10th. The rookies are on the field, so this week we'll get our first glimpse of these rookies with cowboy helmets on, but no stars. They got to earn those. They got to earn that star. And here, you guys can get a star as well here on your jersey, because there's many different levels, different jerseys to choose from, old and new, all kinds of players. We have about 30, 40 players to choose from, and actually all different teams in sports as well if you're not a Cowboy fan and you're in this raffle. But this is about our draft. Rookies are coming out this week on the field, and first time in a Cowboy uniform, so that's exciting. And hey, we're going to figure out who wins both of these jerseys. We have 2 winners winning a jersey apiece from the Lunatic, getting this out there, and sewn and stitched, great different style sizes and all that stuff. Baby, how do the family get into this raffle and up their chances to win one of these 2 jerseys?
Of course, if you drop $10, bam, you're automatically entered, and it is cumulative. So, like Skeptical Fan dropping his $2 hollers earlier.
They add up.
Exactly, and of course, every additional 10 is another entry, so you can enter or have as many entries as you'd like. They continue to stack. Yeah. Membership has its perks. You get a bonus entry once you're officially in the raffle as well.
Once you hit the 10, you get an extra raffle entry if you're in the membership. And like you said, you keep stacking them unlimited. Every raffle entry ups your chances to win one of these sewn and stitched jerseys. So yeah, and it's not from the Cowboy Mosh style side of things. It's from the MCF side of things. So anyways, on that note though, this is the final week to obviously get in on Saturday night. It closes down on Sunday. We do the raffle. So if you want to get your chances to either get in this raffle or up your chances and add raffle entries, this is the week to do it in. And we're not going to be live every single day this week. So, yeah, when we're live is the best time to do it. Or you can do it other ways, whether it's jumping in the membership or thanks buttons or Cash App. Because there's different ways of doing that while you are, while we're not live. Since we're rarely live sometimes for an entire week at this point in the off season. So anyways, on that note, there are people to shout out here in the house.
Of course. Thank you very much to the man, Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical. Even you, Lee Side Herald. Real shit, I think you might be a little bit confused. The polygamist Mormon cult is in some other live stream, not over here. So, one man, one wife. Rolando Rodriguez, what's up? Much love. Shout out to you, of course, always. McLovin, hey, he's just waiting for his stack of blue waffles. Sorry, it made me laugh because he's like, if I win waffles, I'll give it away. And I know I meant to say raffles, but then it said waffles and it made me laugh. So James Herr, what's up, hello and hi. Dak Delusional fans, what's up? I really hope the Cowboys can do better in 10-7, but we'll see. Stephen White, bring the heat. Kevin Bilbo, what's up with you? Raul, hello and hi. We have, of course, Jason Renfro. Much love. Yeah, tell Lee Side not to drop the soap, right? By the way, Danbury Sports flexes 4 months of MCF membership with a little cheers. Hello and hi to you, of course.
Cheers, yes.
Brandon J, 2024. What's up? Let me see who else is here. Stephen White. Hello and hi. We have Captain America representing. Asmodeus. Much love. Mike Aldana. Hello and hi. Double R. What's up? See, Bass. Oh, yeah, I had to throw a little old school funny jokes over there. So, with that said, at least on my side, I'm good to go here. I can't go all the way back, so I can't tell if Freedom First was first or not. But I'm going to assume he was, and if not, then he must have been second or something. So, again, appreciate everybody here chilling with us, baby. Let's give the people what they want. What's going on in the Cowboys/NFL world?
Yeah. Well, start off with Rashee Rice. And listen, I'm going to be honest. This is kind of, I don't say it bothers me. It doesn't really, I don't really care. But some people get tricked on clickbaiting out there, which is going on, unfortunately, for some of our fellow Cowboy content creators.
That's what happens when the off season's maybe a little too quiet. They got to start making shit up.
I've seen people. I'm not going to name names. If you guys know, you know. There's some content creators out there. One specifically that's like Dallas wide receiver in trouble with assault charges. So immediately you're thinking, okay, shit, a Dallas wide receiver is, assaulted somebody.
Like, you hear that, you think CeeDee Lamb started swinging or something, right? Like, that's just saying.
But it was Kansas City wide receiver Rashee Rice again in the news. Rashee Rice is under investigation right now by Dallas Police Department for an alleged assault at a Dallas nightclub. He's under investigation for allegedly hitting a photographer at a nightclub. This happened on Monday night. This is per the Dallas police sources are saying this. So some people out there can make something out of nothing. And it's not that hard to be that creative about this. Obviously, you can say that, but it's so low to me. Some people, one person in particular going out there saying a Dallas wide receiver, Dallas receiver in trouble with, it's just playing with words. It's called clickbait. And there's going to be some more clickbait tonight here because we're going to just have to discuss it and dispel the dumb rumors that people push like that. Like there's no Cowboy receiver in trouble. It's Rashee Rice, who was in the Dallas area. We got in trouble with that car accident in Dallas. Now got in a fight in a nightclub with a photographer on Monday. So that's the Dallas receiver, which is really a Dallas area receiver, but it is actually obviously he's not a Dallas Cowboy player. We got Jason Renfro in the house with a $6 holler and Skeptical fan with a $2 holler. Although
I think Skeptical Fans $2 holler
boxed them out.
Blocked out.
Oh my goodness! So looks like we had a box out here. Yes, Skeptical's 2 was counted. So Cav 52 goes to 4. But that boxed out Jason Renfro's 6 to take over the stream boss, which is still at 4. That's a Dak drop takes it. Yes, you know how this thing goes. What do both these ballers, these OGs, these legends of my Cowboys family have to say?
So first of all, thank you very much, Skeptical Fan $2 holler, saying name those names.
Not hard to find.
We'll become accused of starting drama, and honestly, that's not at all what we want. We want to clarify misinformation, which has always been
we want to speak
our
facts,
number one thing here.
Clarify info. I'm not going to throw other people under the bus, but they're well known. You can check him out, and you'll figure it out fast.
You. But and again, Skeptical Fan, I'm sure you know. Thank you very much to Jason Renfro as well with his $6 holler, saying, "Let's go Cowboys, Stars, Mavs, and Rangers, and let's get the city of champions."
I'm telling you, every
Go Cowboys now for life.
Team and sport in Dallas has been successful in the last 10 years, 5 years. We haven't done it in 27, 28, 29 years here. So we got to get ours. Hope this year.
It's like we're still the most championship winningest team. When you think of Dallas, you think of Cowboys before you think of the Stars or the Mavs or the Rangers. No offense, right? So it is disappointing that, hey,
we're left out.
Like the icons of Dallas got to bring it home again. Anyway.
Agree.
So, and agree, Asmodeus. It is pretty lame. And look, we've been, we've fallen for our own clickbait once or twice, but we've always done our best to try and correct that information when we're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, of course.
We've gotten God. I remember once a few years ago, we got some Dez thing or something.
It's like our first year we're doing this thing. And someone put Dez was with the Packers. And oh, shit. They went live and like, oh, whoops. So we deleted it and retracted it and said, but it happens. But when you do it on purpose, you know what you're doing. You're actually falling for clickbait is one thing. But being the person creating the clickbait, that's just lame to get views. And, that's and I'm not going to get into it. It is on them.
Yeah, let's just be glad that Rashee Rice is not affiliated with the Cowboys in any way, right?
Yeah, let's hope the best for him, but he's out of control. Not a Dallas Cowboy receiver, a Dallas area situation with a wide receiver. That's what happened. So anyways, moving on from that, let's move on to the free agency kind of circle. Rashad Penny, he's playing a running back, right? Playing former Seattle running back, playing to sign with the Carolina Panthers. Remember, I think they draft. They got Jonathan Brooks. I'm pretty sure, right? So they added Rashad Penny, former first-round pick, now reunites with head coach Dave Canales from their Seattle Seahawks days. So this signing, was likely happening. It's not official yet, but this signing of Rashad Penny is going to happen after rookie minicamp. And Jonathan Brooks, in the mix there. Of course, he can't practice right now, obviously, but that's the way that's looking for the Panthers now. Free agent cornerback, free agent safety, C.J. Moore. Remember, I don't know if that name sounds familiar, but he was with the Detroit Lions, and he got suspended after serving that gambling suspension. I mean, he got suspended for the gambling situation, took away the entire 2023 season from him, and he was in Detroit, and they cut him when this happened. Now he's reinstated. The Detroit Lions signed him back today. So he's back with the Lions on a 1-year deal. So congrats to him. After a year out, he's back with the Lions. Now, former Saints starting offensive lineman Andreas Pete today signed with a team out there. He's still out there. He was still available, signing with the Las Vegas Raiders. So now some post-draft offensive line help and depth and starter mentality. He's a good player. He was a good player, right? That's a good pickup for the Raiders. That's a kind of a guy, kind of a situation I wish we would do for a backup or a possible starter at times with that kind of background on the offensive line. I kind of wish we had one of those guys in there, but we got a couple starters that are like that, I guess, right now. At least Zach Martin. So that's the way that's looking for them. Vegas getting Andreas Pete, and then you look at a couple other reunions going out there. We talked about Tyler Boyd being still available as a receiver. Some people saying he would have been a great number 3. He signed with the Tennessee Titans today on a 1-year deal worth up to $4.5 million. So that's pretty cheap there for a good receiver. It's a number 3 for them and would have been a number 3 for us. But we got Jalen Tolbert and we got other guys, rookies that are, maybe Jalen Brooks from last year that maybe he's going to try to make a run at that spot. That's what the Cowboys are going to do. They're not going to pay $4.5 million for Tyler Boyd. And that's cheap. But he reunites with Brian Callahan over there in Tennessee. Former Cowboy wide receiver. Not a big deal name, but Jalen Guyton. You remember him? He was on our practice squad. Yeah. He's also a former Charger receiver. Is signing with the Las Vegas Raiders. Another Vegas Raider getting signed for the receiver Jalen Guyton. Becomes the second free agent wide receiver to land with the Raiders since the draft ended. He's now joining Cowboy receiver Michael Gallup there, too. Former Cowboy receiver Michael Gallup. So they're getting a lot.
The Raiders have always been like
they love taking our guys.
Cowboys, right?
Thank
you, Jason Renfro, by the way.
Now it's official, isn't it?
Officially official. With his $4 holler, he does take over the stream boss. So he's repping 3 of the 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
He's got the stream boss. He's got the membership gifting king. He's got the sponsor of the week.
Yeah. Again, nobody in the lead on the gifting board right now. So that's still available. But yeah, he's the king. He's the king right now, and he's also the stream boss, the boss of the stream. Much love to Jason Renfro, the little mini takeover by JR. So another former Cowboy, Michael Jackson. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
He went to the from us. He went to the Lions, I think, and then now
shout out to Cowboys Abroad, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I remember. The Seahawks, they tendered restricted free agent Michael Jackson, and it served as a placeholder. They gave him a very low tender. We got ourselves Mike Aldana in the membership. Is there a reason for that? There is. A skeptical fan dropping that gifted membership. Much love to you, sir. And he's first place on the membership gifting board.
That's right.
After that
Congrats
drop.
to Mike Aldana. Appreciate you,
yes.
of course, Skeptical fan. Much
Yeah.
love.
Let me make sure I get Skeptical on the board here.
All good. By the way, Seabass said Washington and Las Vegas love ex-Cowboys.
Telling you, well,
and I think Aguilar, of course, said
factor.
the Las Vegas Cowboys. So
AFC Cowboys, it feels like.
I had made a little joke after that, telling Seabass, we just start charging teams after a certain amount of former Cowboys on the roster. Like, once like more than 5% of your team is made up of former Cowboy players, you start having to.
Yeah,
You gotta pay us some kind of license and franchising fee or something because we're basically.
We get a draft pick. I don't want to give Jerry Jones anymore. We get a draft pick. How about that?
True.
Give the Cowboys like a 5th rounder.
Oh yeah, right. But then we'll get we'll end up losing picks. Just,
other teams, right? Yeah.
Although we haven't really favored any that would require us to make like free agent moves or things like that. Pick up anyone who isn't a drafted player.
Good point.
So, anyway, back to you, my love.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I got everybody in the rightful places, and they are. And on that board, we got Skeptical Fan now, membership gifting leader. So, and the other player I was talking about is Michael Jackson. He went to the Lions for some after he left the Cowboys, went to the Lions, and then made some rounds and ended up with Seattle last year. Now the Seattle Seahawks made him a restricted free agent, tendered him, and it was just as a hold on his abilities, not going anywhere else. They were going to give him a new work deal. So he would have made $3.116 million on that tender, but now that he's signed, not on the tender, and he signed a separate deal, he actually signed for less. He now is making the league minimum base salary of $1.055 million with $167,500 signing bonus, which is normal. That's almost one of those VSBs, right? Yeah. That's the Seahawks are doing that with him. So again, is a former Cowboy 5th round pick, been picked in 2019, spent some time with the Lions, and of course after that the Patriots, then the Seahawks, staying in Seattle. Again, that tender, they would have just let him go with that $3.1 million. Yeah. And he knew nobody was coming for him. So it was kind of just, they kind of took him out of the free agent market and just held him to the side until they get him this veteran benefit deal, and that's that. So again, obviously some skills. They still believe some skills in Michael Jackson. And he is staying there in Seattle. Now, running backs for the Cowboys. I was not going to go live with this yesterday because it's stupid. It was clickbait shit going from clickbait. Just too much clickbait out there. I didn't want to have to go live just to dispel clickbait. So if you guys are on our MyCowboysFamily Twitter, you would have seen the post I made letting you guys know we weren't going live, but also letting you guys know don't get too freaked out or excited about the running back situation behind Zeke and Rico and all of them, because as we discussed, Najee Harris not happy in Pittsburgh, according to John Francella. Which interesting name, because that's a guy who's always been at the depths of all the clickbait, fake news shit that's 99% of the time wrong. So Najee Harris supposedly, guys, according to him, not part of the Steelers' long-term plan at the running back position. Now we've talked about that, and we kind of brushed on that 2 days ago, and talked about the fact that he's going to be available, but I don't think the Cowboys are going to trade for someone like him. Although we've made it the same thing about the Cowboys maybe trading for running backs on their last year of their deals or two, like Dameon Pierce, and giving up a 5th rounder. We got 4 5th rounders. We got 2 6th rounders. So let's give up one of those spots there, and we can get a guy with 2 years left on his deal on a rookie contract. That's what we were thinking. Najee Harris could be one of those guys, but he wants to get paid. And I don't think the Cowboys are going to go after him. But then there was an update by the same source, which we did not talk about. And this happened yesterday. And basically it was a discussion he said he had with his source from Pittsburgh. But first, let's make a shout out to Baby Chaos. Because Baby Chaos has now been in the Navy Blue Crew. And not only that was done by the man Jason Renfro.
Thank you so much, Jason. He said, hold up, wait a minute.
Shot for shot there.
Yeah, showing the love Skeptical. There. Appreciate you, of course, Jason. Always go Cowboys.
So we have a tie for the top spot. Jason's like, I got 4, I want more. I want that 5 on it. And right now he's tied with Skeptical Fan for first place on the gifting board.
So lost in translation, hello and hi to you, much love. Dak Delusional Fan said, if the Cowboys are smart, Zeke and Royce and Pete can maybe beat the odds and run us to a Super Bowl. So again, at least in their mind, that with our offensive line should be possible / is possible. So let's be real.
That's what they're
obviously
basing it
what the
off
Cowboys
of, yeah.
are heading into the season assuming. That's what they're rolling with. Zeke obviously insinuated as well in the one or two few little interviews he's done, like he considers himself the starter and the Cowboys see him as a starter.
Right.
So just saying, like Zeke with them as a supporting role behind this new and improved offensive line, the Cowboys feel like that's enough.
I think the Cowboys are focusing on that. That's the whole purpose of trading back, getting Tyler Guyton, and then with that other pick, getting Cooper Beebe. That's the whole point, is to get guys that can bust ass and play well on the offensive line, and you get more powerful guys, especially inside with the Beebe. That means you're able. You got Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, and Beebe inside. If he can get the snaps down, we can run inside a lot better than we have in previous seasons with Biadasz. The last 4 years of running inside has been weakened because of Biadasz's power was not there. He was good at pass block, good communication, good at run blocking, not great at anything. And even though a Pro Bowler is more of the lack of centers, I could credit that to Mark Hovsepian saying that in the NFC. And, with injuries, he snuck in there. But he's good. He's not great. And I think that BB, if he snaps the ball, whether it's shotgun, under center, as long as he gets the snaps now, he's been practicing for a year, not just in practice, with the offensive line masterminds almost a year ago.
Yeah, I have a feeling by the end of his rookie season, BB's already going to look and be better than Biadasz.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, to me,
agree.
again, we're talking Biadasz with 4+ years of experience under his belt versus BB, who's going to probably be at a similar level, if not surpass him,
in under a year.
Hopefully within the year. So to me, like, that is absolutely not just an improvement, but like we've said before, it means that the trajectory of what the future of this O-line is going to look like much more stable. And of course, we're also kind of counting on Guyton to also,
Yeah, on the outside of that tackle. He's a pass protector. That's where we're getting the best from him. He's got to improve his run game, run blocking, and duo blocking.
Yeah,
but anyways.
Yeah, I know. But let's just say that he has a similar-ish year to, like, Tyler Smith, the 1 year he played at left tackle.
Exactly.
That, to me, is
solid.
Great. Yeah. As your first, foray into the NFL as a starting left tackle. Obviously, still the sky's the limit, but that, to me, is a great baseline for where we would want him to start.
That'd be beautiful. That'd be perfect. That'd be solid. And that's what I'm trying to say. So we have a solid enough running game, nothing spectacular. And that's why you're hearing this John Francella saying that with his discussions, and again, I told you guys, I don't mind giving up a 5th rounder for Dameon Pierce, Javonte Williams. We got 4 5th rounders. If we need if we needed another starter, I'm not saying we have to do it this way, but if we needed another starter, a solid, like something was going on, we didn't see enough from Zeke. There's a couple guys you can still make a trade for. I'm not saying it's happening now, but there's solid guys out there that you can get a 1 or 2 year rookie deal guy for a 5th rounder, for a late 5th rounder, for a comp pick. So to me, it's like there's an advantage in that possibly, and this is all the way up to the trade deadline. Keep that in mind, because we can make a trade in the year, and then bring a guy on if needed, using those 5th rounders that we have. That's those 6th rounders that we have. We have 2 6th rounders and 4 5th rounders for 2025. Use them to improve your team in the season. If you're just a little bit away here and there, don't skimp on that. Go for it. So that's what I'm thinking. Look, either way, the word is from this John Francella he's a Steeler guy, a Steeler media guy. He's a clickbait fanatic is what he is, because he said, per his discussion with Pittsburgh sources yesterday evening, the most likely landing spot for Najee Harris in a trade are the Dallas Cowboys. So with that, everyone ran with this, guys. I'm talking about, and again, I understand content creators went out there and started, talking about this deal going down, and it always jumps the gun. Everyone wants to be the first one. They don't want to read the truth of this. So after some investigation, it was pretty easy to find. And Jane Slater backed it up. Jane Slater, professional media person here, said on those, quote, on these Najee Harris and Cowboy reports, the Cowboys team source tells me it is, quote, clickbait, end quote. So for those
how often do Cowboy sources even comment on this stuff? Like,
rarely. They have to, but they have to now. They have to on some of these bullshit things. And even for them, it's not. Even they don't want to. They'd rather not comment. They want to let it fester and talk about it. Even this one, they have to say no, it's clickbait. Even the Cowboys are saying it's clickbait. So again, it's John Francella who continuously has been proven to make up lies for engagement, for clicks and views on Twitter. He's now created multiple reports, supposedly, these reports have gone viral.
Yeah. And
he's put them out there, forcing actual reporters like Jane Slater and others, agents, sometimes the players themselves, to clear the air. It's just a big pain in the ass. And just wanted to clear it up for everybody out there who either heard it themselves, or saw it themselves, read themselves on Twitter, or heard it from other sources on Twitter, or content creators, Cowboys or others on here, we're letting you know. In case you didn't know already, it was complete bullshit. We let you guys know on My Cowboys Family on Twitter yesterday. If you guys are following us there, you would have seen that. So just keep that in mind. So there's the free agency corner. Any comments maybe from you or any thoughts? I mean, the Cowboys are quiet, as we assume.
Like I said, I'm actually surprised it took this long into the offseason to have a major rumor like this. But let's be honest, the reason it took this long is because not a single soul would have believed the Cowboys are going to do anything before the draft anyway. So, I mean, yeah. I kind of get it, just because, again, it feeds into the narrative of we haven't done enough at the running back position. But I still think that the Cowboys are seeing, or just in general when it comes to maybe certain offensive moves, right? Like, hey, we can still do more on this offense. I am just going to say what I've been saying. The Cowboys clearly feel like the best offensive investment they could have made was at the O-line and basically nowhere else, because at least in their minds, they're about to make a huge investment on the offense with CeeDee Lamb's contract coming up around the corner and, Dak's
maybe
possible
Dax too, yeah.
situation. I'll just leave that alone there. But, I'm just saying. So, I said, I'm slightly surprised that it took this long to get to this point, but also not all that surprised, I guess.
Any quick comments about the free agency or running back situation from the chat? And then we'll move it on to a schedule situation.
So, Dak Delusional, Adair's CEO was saying, I believe Ezekiel Elliott will look better without Kellen Moore coaching him, since obviously, again, that goes into the whole,
I agree.
Please do something about the running back.
I agree with that. I also think the interior power also, improves all the running backs. But I think Zeke will definitely look better. I said this when we got Zeke. Zeke's going to look better than he did with the Patriots. So if he could give us 800 yards and
Double R said,
10 touchdowns,
so you think
that's
the
worth
coach
it.
won't use Zeke as a center? Look, I can tell you right now, he's definitely our backup center for sure.
That was one play. I know people make fun of Kellen Moore, and it was a stupid play. It wasn't the make or break of that season. That was far from it. That was one play. It was 1st and 10 on our own 20, down by 6 points, and had to go 80 yards on one play.
I still think it just really highlights, again, it's a visual example of how we felt watching this team sometimes. Like, we clearly have the pieces, but what the fuck are you doing?
They're wasting plays in practice with that shit. And that's what I think.
Yeah, or again, like, hey, we understand desperate moves, right?
Yeah, but
that's kind of my point. Like, that's the bunny you pull out of your hat at this moment, Cowboys. Anyway,
horrible.
The good thing is those days are long behind us, and hopefully we have better days ahead, right? Even I admit it, I'm feeling slightly more optimistic about this season as I've let things kind of
settle a bit.
Again,
the draft helped a lot.
I still have my concerns, but yes. So anyway, back to you, my love.
All right, well, let's go to scheduling, because first and foremost, there's a schedule on the horizon. The rookie minicamp schedule. Yeah. So the rookies will be out there, like I said earlier. Why don't I just throw up the rookies up on the screen here, because,
You're throwing the rookies? What?
Right there, boom, on the screen. So you're going to start seeing tomorrow photographs, maybe some video. You might see some here. Keep your eyes open, especially in the shorts section, so keep that in mind. But there's a chance I might put together a video, some video and photos, and get our first look at our rookies tomorrow. So stay tuned for that in the shorts and the video section. And they're going to be wearing these jerseys here. Now, of course, these numbers may change before they start the season.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys will be the reported on the field work for the Cowboys for the rookie minicamp is tomorrow, May 8th, Thursday, May 9th, and Friday, May 10th. Closing up the 3-day minicamp on the field work. Now, it's supposed to go through the weekend, so we might hear a little bit of this and that. Maybe, again, hopefully, knock on wood, no one gets injured, but anything happens, there'll still be stuff going on at the facility. But the main 3 days are 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's what I heard. But the Cowboys going to be, and I also heard the 11th and 12th involved in this. We'll see. But either way, we're getting a lot of first looks of our rookies starting tomorrow. So I'm excited about that in the Cowboy uniform without the Cowboy star. They got to earn that shit. Remember that. They got to earn that prestigious star. So that's one schedule that I've already talked about for about a week, and now we're finally here for this. But let's talk about the other schedule. Now, I don't have it on my screen, but we're going to just learn it together here. NFL teams today. Remember we talked about the clickbait kind of information. We didn't know when they were going to release the schedule for the NFL this season.
Mm-hmm.
We heard some sources were saying it was going to be literally on Thursday, this Thursday. Then I heard that it was going to be either this Thursday or next Thursday, which we kind of figured to be next Thursday. That's about when it usually hits.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know, NFL teams were informed today that the regular season schedule is expected to be released next Wednesday.
Okay.
A week from tomorrow, May 15th. So now we'll know where everyone plays, the dates and times, and you can start getting your tickets if you want to go to those games. Although I say, let Jerry Jones shove it. Do not go see the Cowboys in Dallas. See them outside if you want, whatever. But, another team, stadium, but I don't know. Jerry, if you guys don't like Jerry Jones, what he's doing sometimes, spending the money and the way he uses none of our money for free agency, if you guys are upset about that, you can protest it that way. Just say, not going to the games this year or something like that. I got gear for years. I might win one here at MCF, and it's not going to Jerry. So, all these things are different ways of kind of like thinking about that. But either way, if you do have plans to go to the game or not, and which games on the road, whatever it may be, making your plans. Yeah, guys, Wednesday, May 15th. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central. So stay tuned for that. The season schedule features 9 playoff rematches, including all 4 divisional round games, both conference championships, as well as the Super Bowl. So those games are going to be rematched sometime in the regular season that we've seen this year. So let me just go back to why it's going now in the middle of May. A few years ago, it was switched. They switched. Remember, we always say, "Hey, isn't it in April before the playoffs?" That's usually when it happened. But they switched it. They moved it, I think, during COVID into May, and it stayed in May. It stayed in early May. Now it's in middle of May. So again, this schedule release on the NFL Network. I'm sure ESPN and other places will have it too. Likely starting around 7 p.m. Eastern or maybe 8 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be a Wednesday. Again, usually it's on a Thursday, but this time it's going to be on a Wednesday. It's going to be a complete week-by-week schedule. All 32-team schedule will be released the same night. The playoffs are currently set for the weekend of January 11th, 12th, and 13th. The conference championships will be played on January 26th. Super Bowl will be played on February 9th at Superdome in New Orleans. I said, okay. New Orleans Superdome. February 9th is the Super Bowl. Hopefully, we'll see our Cowboys winning number 6 there. Just so you guys know, for our schedule, at home, we're going to be playing, of course, Washington, the Giants, Philadelphia Eagles. Then at home, we're going to see the Lions again. We're going to see the Buccaneers in Dallas, the Saints coming to Dallas, the Ravens in Big D, the Cincinnati Bengals in Dallas, and yes, Eastside Herald's Houston Texans coming to Dallas for the Battle of Texas. We have the extra home game this year. Remember that, guys. Last year we had one less away game. I'm sorry, one more away game. This year we have one more home game. So that's why we got 9 games at home. Away, we of course are on the road in Washington, on the road in New York Giants, on the road against the Eagles, then on the road again in San Francisco, and the Niners. We're visiting Atlanta, which maybe we can go to that one.
Yeah. Visiting
Carolina Panthers, visiting the Cleveland Browns, and visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna be honest though, outside of our own division. You have a couple up and coming type teams, but on the road it ain't the worst. Other than the Niners out there, I think you got teams rebuilding. You got teams trying to put it together. At home, you're gonna have the Bengals, the Ravens, the Lions, some tougher teams there coming. Even the new looking Houston Texans even. So we'll see how this thing goes. We'll see how this whole schedule kind of tumbles down for us. And as soon as it's released,
as far as like who and when we play and what,
that'll be next Wednesday, May 15th, and as soon as it posts, we'll probably do a quick little rundown of the schedule and post it here. Probably it would stay up here for the whole year on our front page. So we'll have that for you guys very soon as well.
Tyrone Church said, Cowboys versus Niners opener is going to be fire, and I'm coming around saying that we're winning that game.
That'd be nice. You want to eat something?
I have to admit, it feels almost like a waste to kick off the season with the Cowboys versus Niners. Very exciting, but I feel like kicking off the season is a perfect chance to either, one, if you want a little extra hype, do what the NFL usually does, make it an NFC East game, or 2, get some opening of the season hype with a team that, maybe isn't always as hyped. Just throwing that out there. Like that to me seems like the thing that makes the most sense from a marketing and even a football perspective. But again, there's obviously so many factors that go into making the NFL schedule that sometimes it does just come down to, hey, we put everyone else's games here, and this is just the last spot we have.
I think the Cowboys-Niners to open a season would only be good if we are on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. Then it's worth it.
Tyron Church disagrees, saying, let's just get the Niners out of the way. And I will admit, the first game of the season, tends to be a bit of a 50-50 in the sense of we always do tend to look a little sloppier than I think anybody would like their team to look. But maybe some of the unexpected factors will keep the Niners from figuring us out too quickly. And maybe we don't have time to make the types of mistakes we'll make later in the season that'll make us stumble and fall. Who knows? Who knows? So,
I mean, I'm more. It's on Monday night. I can see the Niners being the team. I'm more with you though. I think it's NFC East, and it won't be the Eagles, but it could be the Giants or Washington. I think it'd be Washington and Dan Quinn. That's my guess for the season opener for the Cowboys. Maybe Sunday Night Football, as we always get on there, or even a Monday Night Football. I would love that Washington Dallas rivalry sparked up a little bit with with coaches that knew each other and under. So that'd be a great way to start. I think on Sunday night or Monday Night Football. That's my guess.
So. Anyway, back to you, my love.
All right, so I'm sorry. I'm coughing over here. I want to shout out somebody real quick.
Of course.
The man who's a sponsor of the week, the man who's a stream boss, the man who is currently the king of the cash app. I mean, not the king of the cash app, but he's currently the champion of the gifting board and tied for the lead with Skeptical Fan. It is the man, JR. Probably has the most raffle entries right now. We'll figure that out towards the end of the week. But it is. Jason Renfro, who currently...
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you, of course.
Dropped that $5 on it in the Cash App. And he said, Go Cowboys!
Woo.
You know how this goes. So thank you, Jason Renfro. And hey, I'll fix the board, but he's definitely moving up. Now, let me stick with the rookies for a quick second here. So we talked a little bit of rookies. I just want to go back to the rookie for a moment here. The one everyone loves, we talked about a little bit earlier on the offensive line, Cooper Beebe. And just a couple of quick notes about Cooper Beebe. And I'll put up his, put the rookie numbers up for now. Beebe, he's going to be number 56, guard center. He got some work in before rookie minicamp this weekend, so he's out there busting ass. Right before as we know, rookie minicamp is here tomorrow. We had Tyler Guyton working out. We put videos on him. Cooper Beebe working out. All these guys are getting ready. These rookies for the first NFL taste here on the field. In the practice field. But Cooper Beebe is also a certified gamer. He's not just bringing football skills to the Cowboys as a rookie, but also a gamer and member of the Kansas City Pioneers, which is like a gamer group. So, again, he's definitely a competitor. And there's a lot of people that like to play video games in the Cowboy locker room, like Micah Parsons and other. He's a Call of Duty guy, Cooper Beebe, so just letting you know. But, yeah, he's out there busting ass. He's gamer for fun. He's out there busting ass for rookie minicamp right around the corner.
I know this is super random, but this made me think of that with BB talking about Call of Duty and everything. What do you think is going to happen to the state of football when GTA 5 comes out?
You mean 6?
6, sorry.
Yeah.
Man, sorry, I know. Whew, there. That's how you know it's a late night. But yeah, what do you think is going to happen to the state of football when GTA 6 comes out?
I mean, a lot of people be playing in their own little
I'm
NFL
just saying,
worlds.
Let's hope it comes out during the off season, because if not, oh boy.
That'll be something. So either way, even in the offseason, they still got to be busting ass working. But at least they get to relax and play a little Call of Duty with their friends.
They can get it out of their systems a little faster, maybe.
So either way, we got Cooper Beebe, gamer, like Dalton Schultz, right? A little bit like him. But he's out there busting ass ready for rookie minicamp. Now, what about guys that are not at our OTAs? Because rookie minicamp is this week. But what about OTAs when, for our veteran guys? A guy who is not there, who had missed the voluntary OTAs, which is fine. I mean, we saw it in MICAH. But we're talking about CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, guys, back with Devontae Diamond. I talked about it the other day, but I've talked about it again. And there's videos up there, about 3 videos of CeeDee Lamb working hard. And people were saying he looks slow, but he's doing certain route running techniques on purpose. People think he's going slow because the way he's using his legs. It's a purposeful thing to pull it out in the middle of a route, and a stutter step that just or a little leg move that freezes the defender. That's the whole. These are all little parts of his game he's putting together to run routes. So running routes and body control, body balance in running his routes is what he's trying to do. So I love it. He's upping his game even more. And hey, everyone's pretty much 99% of you guys in these videos said, pay the man. What do you do? Just pay him already. It's going to be $35 million or more. That's where he's at now. We had him for 28 last year, overpaying for him last year. And that's what I said we should have done. That ship has fucking long sailed. By the way, when he was practicing there with 2 Live Craig, by the way, and Devontae Diamond, CeeDee Lamb, high school junior quarterback TJ Hobbs was throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb on some of his workouts. So just throwing it out there if you're hearing that news. So CeeDee Lamb in the background, right? And some of you guys I know made some comments. Well, why isn't Dak getting? Dak's missing good connection time with CeeDee Lamb. Guys, whenever they're not at the OTAs, who do you think CeeDee Lamb's working out with? We know it. It's Dak Prescott, guys. Dak Prescott's been working out with CeeDee Lamb pretty much every day this offseason whenever they have a chance to hang together.
Yeah, they both have mentioned and alluded to working out together, and no, I'm just saying it. And they've obviously, it's not the first or last time they've spent some time together during the offseason.
Yeah. No, and that is the one thing that
Tarcher says CD stays at Dak's house. I'm sure CeeDee Lamb has his own
They
room.
got the Dak field, the Dak yard back there, but Dak Prescott
probably goes on baby duty.
Rotate around shifts. But look, CeeDee Lamb's out there. He's connecting with Dak, and there's no fear. And he's not missing. He's missing time with Dak. It is fine. They're fine. They're still connecting out of the OTAs. Now, focus on Dak for a quick second. Dak Prescott, where he ranks among a quarterback, basically any quarterback in their first 8 years in the NFL. That has to have at least a minimum of 60 starts. Can't be a full-time a backup. So a quarterback that has at least 60 starts in their first 8 seasons in the NFL, Dak Prescott has a 67 completion percentage. That is number 1 in the NFL under this number. He's 8th in passing yards, 29,459 yards. He's 8th in basically history right now when it comes to this. In the first 8 seasons, he's 7th in passing touchdowns. 202 passing touchdowns, 7th best. Not on the Cowboys. Not on this team. No, in the NFL history in 8 years. 1.9 interception rate. That is the 6th best all time. 99.0 passer rating. 5th best of all time. He has 22 game-winning drives. 11th best all time. And 50 passing success percentage. So that is 2nd best of all time. That's an analytic. But the point is this. Yes, regular season statistics. And people will say, well, his regular season numbers are stat padding because he played lesser competition over his career in the NFC East. But that's why I always bring this back up to those people that say, and that's Mark Hovsepian's one of them, but I say this the same thing. Should we disregard what Aaron Rodgers did to the Bears and the Lions for over a decade? Just kicking their ass every year, blowing them out of the fucking the stadium every single year. Was that stat padding or was that just Aaron Rodgers, playing better against a shittier team?
Yeah.
So what about Tom Brady? And I've said this multiple times, the shitty AFC East. There's no stat padding there. I'm just saying, if you say it about Dak, you got to say it about all these guys. That's just the way it is. And there's also 2 sides of every coin. If people want to acknowledge Dak Prescott's lack of playoff success, which is not just on Dak, it's on the entire team, the defense, the coaching, and Dak. But if they're going to do that, they have to also acknowledge the fact that in the regular season success that he's had. It's just a fact. So, and even if people don't want to hear it, guess what happens when the contract negotiations are spoken about? Whether the Cowboys or some other team, they're going to say, well, you never won in the playoffs. He's going to say it's a team game. He's going to say, well, you did great in the regular season. He goes, yeah, and that's why I want to get paid.
Yep.
And that's what it's going to come down to. So this is going to be in contract negotiations. He can easily bring up his fantastic numbers for a regular season, whether we like it or not, whether we like the way it's used or not. But either way, other great quarterbacks, Mahomes and Rodgers and many others, Brady, have played over their careers some shitty divisional games, some really shitty divisional teams, and blew them out in the water, and then no one talked about padding their stats. Only the Cowboy fans that hate Dak say that. And I say hate. Some of them don't like him and want to see him out or don't like he's getting paid or whatever it may be, but they don't like to see them that, hey, he's not doing as good as he should be. If you look at these numbers, he's getting paid what he should get paid. But people want to make it look like Dak's getting overpaid, and this is just bullshit numbers. The only quarterback that I've ever heard getting this kind of harassment in this way, I guess I should say.
I agree.
But anyways, I wasn't the only one to talk about Dak. Also, Stephen Jones spoke about Dak.
Yes, but before we do that, I do have
Okay.
someone to shout out here. Because with a $2 holler, the man himself, the lunatic,
Ooh,
came through. Much love to the man, the lunatic, and he said, "Pay our stars early. F Steve. Go Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys for life."
Hell yeah. Hey, I agree. If we had paid CeeDee Lamb last year, remember last year was going for like $25 million. That was a lot. And he wanted to wait. If the Cowboys would have paid $27 or $28 million, he would have taken that. And now we've been sitting pretty. Now we're paying $35 or more. You know it. Much love to the man, the lunatic.
And there it is.
Appreciate the drop. The drops of love from above. As I think he chops down Jason Renfro 2 points off there and 98 points in the stream boss. So now, yes, appreciate that. And I do agree. Sign these guys early, right? The lunatic. As you guys know, the lunatic. Fantastic little raffle going down this Sunday.
That's right.
Rookie mini camp is here. The rookie draft day 1 and 2. And you know the Lunatics raffle. And again, we got a lot of people added on today, whether it's Jason Renfro tonight, Skeptical Fan, people in the membership. It's got to be here, though. It's not in the After Dark session, so only here, guys. Jersey raffles. There's 2 of them going to hit. And you know the deal, guys. $10 gets you in. And every 10 on top of that is another entry that gets a better chance to win one of these Sony Stitch jerseys of your choice. Not our choice, your choice. And then, of course, there's going to be 2 separate winners winning these. Can't wait to see who the big winners are. We're going to do this on Sunday night. And again, if you're in the membership and you hit the $10 mark, you get a bonus raffle entry as well. Up in your chances again. Much love to the lunatic. And also, much love to Calvin Richard, who is in the raffle. And I think he's halfway to adding another raffle entry over the last 3 weeks. What did Calvin Richard have to say with that 5 on it?
There's no way in hell Dak is not a Cowboy next year.
I agree. We heard multiple different reasons why the front office is going to do this, from the top to the bottom, but till it's done, you never really know, right? I do agree. I do think that this will get done at the latest. Maybe when they get back to Dallas after Oxnard.
Yeah.
That's when you might see this deal kind of go down. We'll see.
By the way, Mr. Stewart said it's time to move on from Dak, and you know it. I don't know necessarily about that either. I admit one day that day will come, but I don't think that day is today.
It's definitely not today, but it might be soon.
Or soon is within the next year. You know what I mean?
I
don't think it's that close to us.
A lot of people are saying, hey, it's going to happen sooner or later, and hey, you know what? He's going to have to, we'll take the hit, whatever it is next year, $40 million, and he'll go somewhere else. We'll get a third-round comp pick at the end of the third round for him, which is dumb. But that is what would happen, right? If we don't sign him and extend him. The thing is, he could be extended anytime. He could be extended in the middle of the season. So I think Jerry Jones at the very latest is going to kind of wait and see how preseason goes and how Trey Lance does, and then we'll go back to Dallas. I think the money is there for Dak for at least 2 more years, maybe 3 years. We'll see what happens. I'll hit the board right now, Mr. Calvin Richard.
Yeah, and Tyrone Church, I agree. He said, the front office doesn't want to pay $40 million next year.
I am sure they don't. And if they don't, then they want to sign up to an extension. And I'm with you guys.
Hey, if they want to pay less, they can always just go the Trey Lance route.
Mm-hmm. That would be a mistake.
Sarcasm in case.
Oh, I know. I get it.
Pick that up, but just in case. By the way, the lunatic said this year the salary cap went up nearly $35 million. Next year, it's expected to go up another $30 million.
Well, we actually discussed this recently. And the word is, Jerry Jones said, and we've heard this from many sources, that it's not going to go up $30 million. I thought it would, but they're saying that it might level out a little bit more, closer to $10, $12, $15 million, not $30 million. And Jerry Jones says there's things we know. He said this, I'm paraphrasing the quote. Jerry Jones says there's things we know about that the fans out there don't know about, that we have to watch our P's and Q's right now for the future cap stuff. So he's indicating that the pie is not going to be that big next year. We'll see if that's a lie or not. But I know this year right now, there's ways that other teams are definitely rolling the dice, and they ain't much better than us. If some of them are worse than us, and they're still rolling the dice to try to win now. So we'll see. Now, I do want to say that there was a person that spoke directly about this situation with Dak and the contract situation, right? Because Stephen Jones, yes, old Stephen Jones, was on the radio yesterday, Monday, And he spoke about Dak Prescott and the running back situation and more. But baby, he basically said it's a priority for the Cowboys to get a new contract done with Dak Prescott. Basically, he called him, franchise quarterback. A franchise quarterback contract takes time, is what I'm paraphrasing, is what he said. But who cares about paraphrasing? I want to know what he said in full. And again, Stephen Jones saying that Dak can definitely win the Cowboys a Super Bowl. So we'll see. Let me give the full quote from Stephen Jones about Dak Prescott and the quarterback position.
So he said, quote, "Absolutely. I mean, I totally think Dak can lead us to a championship. He does everything the right way. He's certainly the leader of this football team. He keeps everybody motivated in the offseason. He's got everybody working out and doing all the things that it takes to put in the work and give yourself every opportunity to win a championship. It just so happens that sometimes that old oblong football doesn't bounce your way. And we've had some tough breaks and tough games there in the postseason. But we've won 12 games 3 years in a row. I think that's right at the top in terms of what teams have done over a 3-year period. And we're hanging around the rim. We just got to go up there and grab it, to use a basketball term, and dunk it in. We're hanging around the rim. We just got to get the job done."
Oh, boy. So he's just hanging around the rim with this Dak contract, but they're not able to dunk it yet. I guess Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, white men, can't dunk because obviously they're not getting this deal done yet, and they're dragging their feet, but it's just more of the Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, kind of the Joneses clown show kind of descriptions and reasons why they can't get shit done. Same old bullshit. So that was one part of the topic of discussion. But then there's also the running back side of things, which he touched on. And why didn't the Cowboys go out there and instead of Zeke, gone, why didn't they go out there and get Derrick Henry? What does Stephen Jones say?
Well, first of all, nothing but respect for Derrick Henry. I mean, he's one of the top backs in this league. He's had one of the great careers in this league. I wish him nothing but the best with the Ravens. I'm sure it's a great place for him. Our situation is just, and no one ever wants to say it, but it's salary cap.
Oh, boy.
And we didn't have the money to allocate to that position in terms of where we were from a cap standpoint.
Well, that I agree with, even just for the position.
Knowing what we're looking at with Dak and certainly with MICAH and CeeDee Lamb, we just didn't have those types of resources to allocate to that position, or we probably would have already had it filled with Tony Pollard. We hated to lose Tony Pollard. We had to lose Zeke the year before from a cap standpoint, and, we just didn't have the dollars to allocate to the running back position. And certainly looking to do it in a more efficient way in terms of how it complements the rest of our offensive roster.
So now Zeke is our running back here, right? We know why we lost Zeke. One of the main reasons was because of his $14 million hit. We're going to save a lot of money on that. So that's why he went. Then we heard about Tony Pollard. If the Cowboys were going to get any running back, it wouldn't have been Derrick Henry. It would have been Tony Pollard. If the Cowboys wanted to pay a little bit more from the running back position, $8 million per year, which is what Tony Pollard was, what Henry is. So my point is, the Cowboys, and I think you talked about this, maybe with the analytics group we got in there, we're going to handle the running back spot differently, meaning production versus money paid toward these guys. And I got to say one thing, even though I hate the excuse of Dak and Micah's contracts and the cap and all this shit, a lot of that's bullshit, but I do agree with the running back position and not giving it that much money this year. Really, many years right now. So, to me, I think that is a good idea. One of the few things I guess I will agree with Stephen Jones about when it comes to the running back spot.
Even Stephen is right occasionally. Occasionally.
So,
sorry, I have to make my little Stephen jokes when I can.
Yeah, but the other thing I wanted to talk about is an interesting little side note when it comes to what happened in the draft. And I don't think a lot of people know about this. So this is kind of interesting here. Obviously, right here, you see the draft and the way it panned out for us. But look at that. We talked about BB. What about Luafau, number 35, our linebacker? What happened in that end of the third round? We got the early third round pick was BB, the earlier one. The later one was Luafau. What happened with that pick? You know what the Cowboys are contemplating? Running back. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
It appears the Cowboys came down to 3 players on that third round pick our fourth pick overall, our fourth pick of the draft, but it was a third rounder. It was between Marist Liufau, linebacker, and two running backs, Marshawn Lloyd or Jalen Wright for the Cowboys at pick 87. The Cowboys were on the fringes, basically at the end of the running back, depth for what was really determining a top quality, more of a top quality running back. So they wanted that. They knew they wanted a running back, and one of their needs. And no fourth rounder is why the Cowboys kind of got stuck, because a lot of running backs were picked in the fourth round. A lot of the names they wanted were gone in the fourth round. So that 87th pick was a spot where the Cowboys really was their only chance that they could have really drafted a running back. And they felt that Notre Dame linebacker Marist Liufau was not only addressed, he had not only addressed another major need, not just running back, but we needed linebacker depth and maybe a future guy for next year. But it also provided the toughness to fit within Mike Zimmer's defense. So that, to the Cowboys, not only did it meet a need at linebacker, but also met a need, of toughness to kind of complement the Zimmer defense. Mm-hmm. While the running back spot would have just been kind of a running back, kind of thrown in there a little bit. It looked like to me that the Cowboys were going to reach, no matter what, on that second, third round pick, because they were going to reach for Liufau, or they're going to reach for a running back too early.
Okay.
They all went in the fourth round. So that's why the Cowboys went with Liufau. Now, they also, listen, the two guys, they hadn't, to them, for the Cowboys, they had shown up, I think they had shown enough pre-draft love to Marshawn Lloyd from USC, who's, running back who went to Green Bay. You know when he went? The Cowboys picked 87. He went right after the Cowboys picked to Green Bay. So that shows you the Cowboys are right there. They would have picked Green Bay's target, which is running back there. So he went to Green Bay with the 88th pick. And again, thought the Cowboys would be one of those possible teams. He was almost sure he would be drafted by the Cowboys. So obviously we skipped on him with Liufau. The next pick, he was picked up by the Packers. All right, so Marshawn Lloyd, USC, to the Packers. And then the other guy the Cowboys liked was Tennessee Vols running back Jalen Wright. And out of this list, he went pick 120. So 40 picks later, he went. But Cowboys still didn't pick. Cowboys didn't pick until what? That fifth rounder, which was like 140 something? So it was still like 20 picks away, even after all that. So the two guys they were looking at were either going to be literally the next guy picked off the board or one of the last guys where the Cowboys picked off the board. They were both going to be kind of reaches or running backs that they felt.
Yeah, it was already a long shot.
Yeah, they already had their mind with Zeke in there. If they couldn't, they didn't want to reach for running back if they have Zeke in their back pocket. So I think that's what it came down to. But they were looking at Marshawn Lloyd, who was picked right after this 87th pick, or Jalen Wright, who went the 120th pick in the draft to Miami. If the Cowboys had a fourth rounder, the probability is Jalen Wright would be a Cowboy right now. Or the Cowboys would have drafted, Marshawn Lloyd at that third rounder and then taken Liufau in the fourth. But if we had that fourth rounder, that probably would the Cowboys would have went for running back, and it probably would have been Tennessee running back Jalen Wright. The Cowboys now have Ezekiel Elliott. That is who we're running with. So, I also want to go back to kind of Liufau's kind of role on this defense, which is linebacker.
Yeah.
Now, when I talk about linebacker, I want to throw in there another name. Eric Kendricks and the man Micah Parsons. And the reason why, Kendricks is probably replaced by Liufau, but Micah Parsons, I want you guys to know, first and foremost, the Cowboys picked up his fifth-year option immediately. We knew that was going to happen. Of course, he's become one of the best edges in football. But here's the thing I want you to know, baby. That there's a lot of people out there that still want him as an off-ball linebacker. They want him to be Eric Kendricks. They want him to be Liufau kind of deal. And again, people are talking about him as an off-ball linebacker. They don't want to look at his struggles for Micah Parsons. He struggles in coverage and was mainly used to blitz. He in 2023, when he was a linebacker, an off-ball linebacker, he struggled in coverage. But when he was a linebacker, even as a linebacker, guess what he did? He blitzed, which is basically a pass rusher. And that's my point. I don't mind him pass rushing. It just was not done too often from the off-ball linebacker spot. And when it did, it was, I won't say predictable, but everyone knew he was coming. We didn't do it enough. We didn't change it up enough. So for him, guys, you know, it was very predictable with Dan Quinn. The way that he used MICAH as an edge, didn't move him around too much, and didn't really stand him up as an off-ball linebacker blitzing too often. When he was off-ball linebacker, he was usually blitzing through the B gap. What is the B gap? That's mainly a mismatch. You're trying to mismatch MICAH with a guard. You're trying to have him go up against a guard, and, you know, there's a weakness there or something. So if you're blitzing him, you're blitzing him towards the guards to the B gap. And that's what Dan Quinn did with MICAH. Now, that's going to change with Zimmer. Why? Because Zimmer likes to go in the A gap. And that you have to have a powerful center or you're going to have trouble with guys like Micah Parsons and Kendricks, who knows the system. So, towards the end of the DQ of Dan Quinn's kind of tenure with the Cowboys, he could not hide Micah Parsons as well as he used to. And it kind of got predictable. Now, Zimmer injects a lot of subtle differences and also a different philosophy of blitzing in the A gap rather than the B gap with your blitzing linebacker, which will be Micah's job as an off-ball linebacker. People are like, oh, I'm going to see Micah as a linebacker. Not really, which is good. We want him as a pressure player. He'll be playing edge, left side. He'll be playing edge, right side, and he will be playing off-ball linebacker blitzing. When he's an off-ball linebacker, mostly blitzing. He will not be sitting there playing linebacker. He should not be in coverage. And he's not great in run support. I'm sorry to tell some of the MICAH fans out there. Let him do what he does best, and that's put pressure on on offenses and their schemes and their coaches and their offensive line. So that is where he's going to attack from now. Attacking from the B gap, not as often. A gap is the key here for Zimmer on third down and, let's say, 6 or 7 and longer. That is what he's going to do. So, different philosophy with Zimmer, subtle differences to be able to hide Micah Parsons better, blitzing him from the linebacker spot in a different kind of way, a lot of times on third downs in the A-gap side of things, inside on the left or right shoulder of the center, is where you'll see the blitz from the off-ball spot. Off-ball linebacker, a regular linebacker spot for Micah, he'll be blitzing in that A-gap a lot. So it's gonna be fun in my opinion to see a new defensive coordinator. Mike Zimmer happens to be the guy this time, right? But it could have been any guy, a new defensive coordinator, and how they use Micah. How do they create plays for Micah Parsons? We saw what Dan Quinn did. It was good, and it got a little bit rusty and stale, and now we're going to see a new guy using him in a different way. We're going to see a new Micah Parsons, in my opinion, and maybe you're going to see some different flashes you've never seen from Micah before, playing it under a different coordinator, happens to be an aggressive, blitzing kind of pressure coordinator like Mike Zimmer, which is perfect for someone like Micah Parsons. I honestly cannot wait to see him being moved around. And even against Mike Zimmer is not stupid. He's not going to put Micah in the right there in the line where he's going to get run over by opposing run blocking. Like he's going to get triple teamed. He will switch him over in the middle of a play. Zimmer will flip it and say, "You go from this side now." In the play, like before the play start pre-play, so they can get Micah out of harm's way and get him to be most effective. That's what Zimmer's going to do, I think, and it's going to be a fresh start, new eyes, new brains on this thing, and I think Micah is going to get, he's going to get elevated. We already know what he can do under Dan Quinn. What about a new guy that's going to be pressuring? Zimmer's going to improve his Micah's ways as well, and open up his ability to play, I think, in a different way, in a more subtle, kind of secretive way, and still get out the best of Micah as a pressure player. So I'm excited.
I agree. By the way, I have to take a second here because I do see Jason Renfro just dropped a $7 holler here in the chat.
He got 7 on it right there. I think I know why. If I see 93 points on the stream, boss, he's trying to be fully loaded again. Or at least, be fully loaded to that. Mr. Jason Renfro with that $7 holler when it hits, he's back to 100 points in the stream, boss. What did the man say? With that Trayvon Diggs digging it, $7 holler.
So the Joneses put up and start making the moves in free agency and not just the draft, we will be the one and done team that can't get past the first. So
I can't dispute that, Jason. I think I agree there.
Again, that's why we said let's hope one day this Cowboy strategy works of being stingy with your own investments and your own team and all these other things and blah blah blah. But I am much more on the Zimmer can / will do some good. So, Just throwing that out there.
I think it's going to be
Stewart said
an
Zimmer
improvement.
will be good for Micah.
Yeah, I think it's an improvement for the Cowboys defense and seeing something different and new, not stale, and also especially for Micah, who's going to be used in a different way, even though he's still going to be used to his best potential. It's going to be used in a little different way by Zimmer. Hidden better, attacking from a linebacker stance in a blitzing situation like that, and of course still blitzing from the edges, switching things around against the run-heavy teams. How will Zimmer use him better? He's got to be better. We know Dan Quinn couldn't do a good job when it came to run-heavy teams. Let's see what Zimmer does against run-heavy teams with Micah, and how does he use him to affect opposing offensives and offensive schemes, you know?
So, by the way, shout out Chalk to Montana 808.
Yeah.
Much love to you. Tyrone Church rightfully pointing out, Aaron Rodgers, as great as he is, he only has the one Super Bowl because it takes more than just a top-tier quarterback
to win a Super Bowl.
You
got Russell Wilson only won one Super Bowl. There's a lot of great quarterbacks that won one Super Bowl.
That are basically one and done, yeah.
Or none, or no Super Bowls. You're surprised they didn't win any.
Mm-hmm.
Much love right there to Jacob Vasquez on the board with that $3 holler.
Ooh, thank you so much,
What
Jacob.
did the man say?
I agree. Don't sleep on Zimmer.
Hell yeah. Zimmer is going to, there'll be some things we might not like. There'll be some things that players might not like or maybe be a little more confusing. But there's going to be ways he uses our players better and differently. We know what they can do already on film for 3 years under Quinn. What tweaks will come from Zimmer that will improve the players? And then you look at Micah and his entire defense. That's where you're going to see it. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of it.
I agree. Remember, Zimmer has a lot to prove as well if some of our thoughts about McCarthy are true. If he's really only here for 1 year, that means that Zimmer has to have the singularly best defensive year that you could possibly think of. So,
I'd have a great one to make it stick.
Let me see here. No, just rolling back here. And yeah, I talked to Montana to wait. Definitely some interesting points of view sometimes when it comes to our football situations, right? So, anyway, let me see. Obviously Dak has none, like Mr. MCF said. Not a big deal.
A lot of quarterbacks have none. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, and a whole bunch of shitty quarterbacks that got drafted way in front of Dak Prescott over the last decade. So, we go on forever on that. A lot. There's only, when you had Brady for all those years, you had, Big Ben winning a couple, Eli winning a couple. I'm just saying, limited time for anybody to win any. Drew Brees has one Super Bowl. Russell Wilson has one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl. Now you have Mahomes taking them all. Yeah. So now even less Super Bowls go around.
And to end things on a slightly lighter note here, since we are done at least on our end.
Yes, we are.
But Ronald Rodriguez said, MCF, Thanksgiving game, Cowboys versus Texans. What do you think?
I like it.
Because the whole Micah and CJ thing, since they're off,
I like it.
Representing the NFL internationally.
I think that was one of the things we had discussed earlier. We said that would be a great Thanksgiving Day game. Battle for Texas in Dallas. Like I said, guys, there's the list of teams that we can play at home are going to be not limited. It's 9 teams you can play, but it's going to be one of the NFC East teams, the Washington Commanders, the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles. It could be the Detroit Lions, that rematch from last year's. Yeah, it could be, but actually it can't be because Detroit has their own early game, so it can't be Cowboys and Lions. So that's off the board there. You got the Bucks in Dallas for Thanksgiving, means nothing. Saints in Dallas doesn't mean much. Ravens in Dallas, that's a big kind of game, but they could say that. I think they would say that for the regular day. The Bengals in Dallas, that's another good one. But I think the Texans in Dallas.
I agree.
That makes the most sense.
That's not to stop, but you're basically guaranteeing the entire state of Texas is basically going to be tuned in watching that game. So.
That's going to be a big one right there. I'm with you. I agree. That'll be the Texans is the one I think is going to be on. It's not going to be surprising if the Texans are on Thanksgiving for us there. So we'll see.
With that said, to everybody here chilling, hanging with us, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit the bell. Follow us anywhere and everywhere at MyCowboysFamily and hop in Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below. An extra special shout out to the people representing here.
Yeah.
Like the sponsor of the week, Jason Renfro.
Yeah.
Like your membership gifting king,
Jason Renfro.
4 weeks in a row. Like your stream boss, Jason Renfro.
97 points. Much love to Jason
Cash
Renfro.
App king.
Oh, you know it.
McLovin.
You knew it. Yeah, McLovin. Not only is he McLovin's also the Cash App leader and the overall leader. He's trying to go back-to-back on that Cash App in the lead, and he's also on the top of the spot right now in first place. But Jason Renfro's not far. I know I didn't update it, but he's creeping up. He must be in fourth place, I think. Jason Renfro. He's getting closer. So McLovin, he's got to guard himself there. McLovin is currently in first place in the Cash App, has the crown from last week, and trying to come for that sponsor of the week. And you look at the gifting board. I know Jason Renfro is running the thing for 4 weeks. You go for more? Is he going for that 5 on it? Well, he's in a tie with Skeptical Fan for first place. They each have one gifted membership, and it happened tonight. So we'll see how that turns out as the week continues. And again, it might be a 4 or 5 stream week. So you got to, when we're on, you got to hit us when we're on. Same thing goes for this fantastic raffle. We're not going to go through the whole thing again. You guys know the deal. That's coming on Sunday. The Lunatic, much love. 2 jerseys to be raffled off. 2 different winners. Each of them are going to win a jersey apiece. $10 to get in the raffle. If you're in the membership and you hit $10, you get a bonus raffle entry. And I don't care which membership level you're in, you get the raffle entry. That's if you're in a membership and you get the 10, you got 2 raffle entries. That ups your chances in winning. But let's say you drop another 10. Now you got another raffle entry, and each raffle entry you can keep stacking, unlimited. The more you have, the better chance. I mean, you're going to win. The better chance you have to win. Sewn and stitched, fantastic jerseys. About 40 different players to choose from. Styles, old school, new school. You know how it goes. All brought to you right here through MCF, but from the Lunatic making it happen. So much love to the godfather of the membership, of the star level membership. Yes. Much love to the Lunatic making it happen here. And everybody in the house.
Yeah, tonight. Let me start doing some shout outs here in the chat. But first of all, Mr. Seabass, the Over Everything King,
Seabass. We'll be hearing from him this week, I think, at the end of the week as well.
Yes,
the weekend.
Fingers crossed. We'll be hearing from him this weekend. Make sure to hit us up. Oh, that's right. Forgot your Twitter got blocked or some crap like that. That was nuts. So, but yeah, hit us up, man. Anyway, we keep rolling with the shout-outs. Dak Delusional, Tyrone Church, much love. Mr. Stewart, Bad Intentions, Drums and Cowboys, Take It Easy, Chalk to Montana 808 representing. Hey. We have, of course, Seabass, Asmodeus, much love. We have... Let me see. Jacob Vasquez, what's up?
Yeah, by the way, I want to say that was his 20th drop here on MCF with that anniversary drop from Jacob Vasquez.
Thank you, Jacob.
Much love to Mr. Vasquez.
Revelation Journalist, Take It Easy. We have, let me see here, Jason Renfro, of course. Can't forget Jason Renfro. Bad Intentions, much love. Let me see. Revelation Journalist, have a great night.
We stand with Seabass.
Always. The Lunatic, the man himself. Darren Posey, have a great night as well. Let me see. Yeah, that's as far back as it lets me go. Let me come back down. I think I got everybody.
Well, baby, then we got to say one last thing here. And I want you to say it. Tell everybody why we do this each and every night on My Cowboys Family.
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
You see it right there on the screen, guys. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here on MCF, we always rep that star over everything. And here, about a month away, less than a month away. No, I'm sorry. Almost 2 months away. A little less than a month and a half away. For 7 years on YouTube here on My Cowboys Family. And never, ever forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, go Cowboys. Let's get that 6 and beyond. Thank you all for dropping your knowledge in the chat all night long. All night. Thank you guys for dropping your knowledge in the chat. We learn, you learn, we all learn together. And of course, extra special thanks to those that dropped the love from above tonight in stream. Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, The Lunatic, Calvin Richard, and Jacob Vasquez. Can't do this without your guys' love and support. Kicking off a new week. We'll do a little after dark as well, so stay tuned for all that throughout the week. And baby, let them know as we clock out and drop out for the night. Relock and reload for another show. Tomorrow, if there's big news, we're definitely going live. If not, we'll probably do it on Thursday. Keep that in mind, guys. But either way, before we can drop out of here for the night, baby, let them know what we got to do.
We got to drop the beat.
Oh, yeah. The beat's been dropped here, My Cowboys Family. Can't do this without the lovely wife. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
The lovely family in the chat. And everybody in the house tonight watching on the replay. Giving their 2 cents in the comment section if you're watching on the replay. When this post, go ahead, drop your thoughts, guys. We'll try to look over them, read them, like, love them, whatever. Respond. appreciate you all here chilling with us on another wrap-up of our Dallas Cowboys of today on an MCF Cowboys chat, baby. You know how we do this. We spoke about all these things here and more. Stephen Jones, a little slow on the CeeDee Lamb, MICAH Dak signings, yeah. But definitely got Zeke in there. If you heard this stream tonight, you heard the reasons for that. You see MICAH going at that middle linebacker, off-ball linebacker spot? Oh, yeah. That might just be happening this year with Mike Zimmer. Hey, go back and check out the stream if you missed it. Enjoyed it. Great one again here tonight. Let us know what you think. But here in MCF, it's about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. Much love to everyone in the house here with us tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button for the stream. Don't forget to keep subscribing. Keep climbing that subscription. Numbers up and those family members growing. Over 35,500 people here. 35.5. Thank you all for growing the channel. So subscribe and hit that notification bell. Put it to all videos on that notification bell so you know we're going live. Follow us on Discord. Jump in there. Follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily. All the rest of the information in the description down below. Everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back here soon. Peace. And never ever forget, Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.